Channel 10, Thief River Falls, Grand Forks, and KNRR Channel 12, Pembina, your Fox stations.
Morning.
Morning. What's this? That's a security measure we're trying. Just go ahead, anything metal you have on you, place in the bowl.
Oh, okay.
And step right through.
Yeah, I got metal rims here. That's probably what it is. Oh,
Nothing
my
else?
keys. Got my keys. There's just some house keys. Money clip. Oh, don't touch anything. This is the knockoff. You can use some of this if you want. That's it. That should do
Just
it.
step right on through, sir.
Okay. Couldn't be my wedding ring.
I don't think so. You sure you have nothing else on you?
Nothing metal except the plate in my... No, that's a chain. Oh, I was at the links.
That'll do it.
Yeah. The golf shoes. All right.
Go ahead and step through.
Thank you.
Sir, you sure you have nothing else on you?
I'm telling you, I've... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. I got something. Here we go. Ah. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I got something else. Okay. Let's put my glass. That's... Yeah. That's...
There you go, sir. Just go ahead and through.
Well, okay, thank you very much. State. We went to watch the 8 people emerge from the Biosphere 2. This is something that my family and I do. We go to the NASA, the landings of the shuttle. We go all over the place. Tennis great, Jimmy Connor, Benny Hannes, Jeff Kazoo, and also Nightly News Update and Tom Scott and the Hollywood Express. Fun. Thank you so much, Tom. Every time we do that, I have fun. You know, recently we found out that the Los Angeles coroner's office opened up a gift shop. This is absolutely true. Here are the few of the items that you can buy there. These are, again, real gift items from the LA County Coroner's gift shop. I'd like to show them to you. Here's a coffee mug with a skeleton on it. This mug tells you the best part of waking up is, well, waking up. Nice stuff, like that. And of course, here's a beach towel. It's got the design on it. It's a chalk body outline. I like it too. I like it too. Here. Yeah, yeah. That'll be very useful to anybody who lives out here who swims a lot in Santa Monica Bay. We saw these things, and they're selling at the coroner's gift shop, and we asked ourselves, why? Why stop there? There are plenty of other useful items they could stock that would fit right in. And here's a few we came up with. How about official coroner's office playing cards? Yeah, that's what they have. Regular playing cards, and of course, here's the 3 of hearts. And of course, the 4 of clubs. Here's the 2 of spades. Yeah, these are real. Oh, and look who's the Joker. Dr. Kevorkian. You know, beautiful gift here for the music lover in your family, and I know I love music. They call it the rib cage CD holder, and I think it's a gorgeous piece of... What do you think? Yeah. You know, nothing makes music sound sweeter than a constant reminder of your own mortality. Here's a way to add a note of tranquility to the noisiest urban environment. It's the drive-by bullet chimes. There they are. See, here are the bullets, and just listen to it. Hear the tinkling in the wind, and you're sure to rest in peace. Preserving a corpse with embalming fluid used to be a chore, but not anymore. Just slap this on the head of the deceased, and the goofy embalming fluid IV hat goes to work. All right, I'd like to get one of them. You know, students of criminology will remember how the FBI gunned down John Dillinger in 1934. I know. I think about it every night. Now, you can relive this historic moment at your dinner table with this, the Dillinger ketchup dispenser. And there it is. And it works very simply. Okay. All right, those are some of the items they could be selling at the coroner's gift shop. I want to thank you all for being here. We've got a great show tonight. Ron Silver will be out in a minute, and coming up later, Jimmy Connors. Don't go away.
Back on the shelf, yellow fingers from the cigarette.
And I didn't know how to drive. I had just gotten my license.
The average elephant weighs 12,000 pounds. The average person puts 250 times that much weight on their feet every day. The average shoe just wasn't designed to take this kind of pressure, which is why...
Case of Diet Right Cola. Don't miss your chance to win a case of
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are back. And I was asking Ron Silver a few questions, and apparently none of them hit home. But I did see you in New York in Speed the Plow. This is something I've always wanted to ask you, because the situation was that Joe Mantegna had Bell's palsy.
Yes, he did.
Which does this to your lip, basically. Your face, the side. And so he played the whole part that way. And you were in it, and Madonna was in it as the secretary. And I remember going up to Joe's dressing room saying, "Nice thing, Joe, that really worked." And he just looked at me and went, "What?" Because he had this palsy, which goes away. It's a virus, and it did go away.
Well, he's fine. He's fine.
Oh, yeah, he's a great actor. But really, I just wanted to ask him, always wanted to ask what it was like to work with Madonna. That should be it. He's a very powerful, muscular little fella.
I ain't afraid.
What's the movie about? It's called Top Cop? Time Cop.
It's called
Time Cop.
Time Cop.
Time Cop, yeah.
It's about time travel, where he plays a policeman that can go... Look, you got,
I know.
we got Jean-Claude.
I got one other question for you, and this won't take long. You've been a liberal...
17 in the fourth. Some girls basketball.
I just want to have a good time. Hey, Barn, what's going on? What we doing, baby? What's going on? What's happening? Not enough? All right, man. We sure had a lot of laughs that day. I played a good game, but most importantly, I made a new friend.
That's for those of you who may have missed Saturday Night Live last Saturday night when Charles Barkley hosted.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, my daughter would be crushed if she
I'm
see
sure
that.
a lot of kids would be.
She'd feel bad for Barney.
Now, this was on late.
That's
Kids
right.
weren't up to
Yeah,
watch
no.
this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Well,
wasn't violence for kids at that hour.
a Florida man traded in his wings for a sail and took a cruise in a way that nobody else has ever done, and that story is next.
And it's so exciting, and the critics...
Edges that rival anything in there.
Our top story in Moscow, rebellious Russian legislators continue to barricade themselves inside the Capitol building. Angered by their defiance, President Boris Yeltsin said today that if they don't come out soon, he'll be forced to take drastic measures and call in Attorney General Janet Reno. President Clinton gave a press conference at a New York diner yesterday to gain support for his health care plan. Clinton outlined coverage for angioplasty and open-heart surgery, then dug into a complimentary breakfast of pastrami and eggs and a glass of buttermilk. In the Middle East, a Palestinian blew himself up with a car bomb in a failed suicide mission along the Gaza Strip. A spokesman for the fundamentalist group Hamas said, "Hey, give the guy a break. It was his first mission." I didn't like it either. PLO Chairman Yasser Arafat met with Thai Prime Minister Juan Lik-pai to discuss you. Who am I? Sentenced for up to 12 years in a Philippine prison on corruption charges, Imelda Marcos got into trouble today when prison guards caught her trying to carve a pair of shoes out of a bar of soap. In Aspen, Colorado, John Denver has been sentenced to sing a benefit concert to settle charges against him of driving while impaired. In a related story, drunk drivers in Colorado have been sentenced to attending the John Denver concert. Studies analysis for 1991 through 1992, and its findings show that over 43% of the water Americans drink is tainted or unsafe. There's nothing wrong with my water. Dr. Jack Kevorkian couldn't help smiling today as he scoped out a babe that could only be described as to die for. On a lighter note, Ormley Gumpudgeon is traveling across the country in his motorized stagecoach as a part of Chile Across America campaign. Ormley is riding alone on his Chile quest since he can't get anyone to ride shotgun with him after more than 3 meals. And finally,
stay tuned for a demonstration by Benihana chef Kazuaki Uehara and tennis great Jimmy Connors coming up after this. And now, Jay Leno. Very kind, very kind. I'm Jay Leno, host of the program. Let me say, now, I don't normally sin. I want to clear this up. I don't normally sin, but if it means paying more in taxes to support our health care system, I'm going to be the best darn sinner this country ever had. Yeah! You know, they say that Clinton's new health care plan may drastically cut doctors' pay. Now, I hope this doesn't affect their office practices, you know, the way they save money. I mean, when I hear health care, there are two words I don't want to hear in the same sentence: recycled and rubber glove, okay? They're just don't want to, yeah. That's it. Now, here's some exciting news. You know whose birthday it is today? 3 people. Anybody know? Oh. Wilford Brimley, William Conrad, and rock star Meatloaf. Boy, how would you like to be the chef at Denny's when those 3 walk in for their free meal? Oh, boy, you'd just be trying all night. And, of course, yesterday was the day when the 8 biosphere scientists emerged from that dopey Biosphere 2 thing there. You know, they made a big deal out of this whole experiment. They acted like this was something new. You know, 8 people living on their own, totally self-sufficient. You know, this is not new. We did this same exact experiment almost 20 years ago. It was called Gilligan's Island. Do you remember how you had the professor, you had the model, it was the same thing. And there is nothing new. I tell you, you know, do you believe they were totally self-sufficient? Come on. I think they're going to have a hard time explaining to the press those 218 Domino's pizza boxes they found today. Yeah, you know, my question, how come you never heard anything about Biosphere 1? I mean, what was that? Just a couple of guys in Winnebago with some sea monkeys and a chia pet, you know, just driving around, just some low-rent deal? Of course, the big question everybody's asking about the Biosphere, what is it? What do you think it is? What do you think? What is the Biosphere? You haven't heard about this? You know the big Tupperware dome in Arizona? You know that thing? You know the thing they had to poke the hole in the top there for the air so that people could live? It's like a mayonnaise jar. You know how you used to catch fireflies when you were a kid? They put 8 scientists in a mayonnaise jar, they put holes in the top, and they put it in the middle of the desert. That's essentially what it was. But the big... Now, here's something kind of sad. I don't think anybody even reported this. I guess right before they got into the Biosphere 2 years ago, one of the scientists forgot that he had rented a movie from Blockbuster Video. He now owes over $11,000. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. And the crew of the Biosphere, now they're planning an even more dangerous mission. You heard the next thing they're going to do? I guess the 8 scientists will spend 6 months inside a refrigerator to see if the light goes off when you shut the door. That's the next huge thing. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, another Cuban pilot defected and landed his MiG fighter jet at a American military base in Florida. You realize we now have a larger Cuban Air Force than Cuba does? Isn't that unbelievable? I have a question about all these Cuban defections. Why is it if a Cuban guy steals, and that's what they do, they steal a plane from Cuba, they fly it to the United States, they land it here, we give them political asylum. But if this same Cuban would have gone on his own raft, paddled 90 miles across the ocean by hand to get here, we send him back. Huh? Why is that? Huh? It doesn't seem... You know, oh, what did you bring us? Okay, you can come in. Okay, a plane, all right. Any Canadians here? Okay. Well, you should be very proud. I guess you heard about this. A man from Canada went over Niagara Falls in a barrel. For the second time. This guy did it twice. This is the second time this Canadian went over Niagara Falls in a barrel. But, you know, those Canadians do anything to prove they have a better health care plan, won't they? Just rub it in. Look, we're going over in a barrel. Hey, I don't care. Hey, what do I care? Whereabouts in Canada are you from? Oh, Toronto. I imagine there are big parades in the street and everything today for that. I'm celebrating us. Because that'd be like an astronaut or something, wouldn't it? Just got a guy going over. Going over the... Come on, that's a huge... That's a big thing there.
Oh, man.
Well, now, Sydney, Australia has beaten out China for the right to host the Summer Games. Oh, you're from... Are you Australian? Oh, we have some Australians here? How are you? Well, you can be very proud they beat out the Chinese to host the Summer Games in the year 2000. You know, you got to feel sorry for China. I mean, trying to impress the Olympic Committee the way they did by freeing political prisoners and easing up on the human rights abuses, and now it was all for nothing. Oh, man. They stopped torturing that guy, and look what it does. Nothing. Oh, boy. And according to Health Magazine, here's an interesting statistic. How long do you think the average person sleeps in their lifetime? What do you say? Take a guess, huh? How many years of your life is spent sleeping? 10? 20 is pretty close. 23.1 years in a lifetime is spent sleeping. And here's the interesting part. Men sleep an additional 6 months while pretending they're asleep when the baby's crying. Actually, that's the whole thing. Men just sleep. Hey, have you seen these new extra-large bottles of beer they're selling now, this new thing? These huge bottles of beer? Does this make sense? I mean, why would anyone buy a drink that's 2 quarts larger than their bladder? Where are you supposed to put these things? I mean, what's next with these beer companies? What, they're going to have strap intravenous kegs on your back and walk around? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fine program tonight. We have not just a supermodel, a super-duper model, ladies and gentlemen. Because, you know, there are plenty of supermodels. Rarely do you have a super-duper model. And this is one of the, actually, the only few super-duper models. Because there are a lot of supermodels. There are models that would be regular, and then there are supermodels, but there really is only one super-duper model. Lauren Hutton, ladies and gentlemen. Lauren Hutton is here. And a gentleman making his first appearance on the show, like in the intro, they say former football. That makes sense. Here's Jay Leno, former comedian. Oh, still a fine football player. Just not playing anymore, but he's on the show, Saved by the Bell. Very funny gentleman. Interesting. Bob Golick is with us. Bob Golick is with us. And 3 extremely attractive and talented women. The music of Jade. Jade is here as well. And speaking of musical and attractive, it's me. No.
Yeah, okay, thank
Branford and
you.
the band, Branford.
Good to see you.
What'd you do this week? I didn't even talk to you today.
Went to New York.
Did you go to New York? You were Friday? What were you doing?
Hanging out with Reese.
Oh, hanging out with your son?
Yeah.
Did you take him to see Into the West?
No, I took him to something better. We went to the Mets game and we watched them lose 6-1.
Oh, there you go. Well, you know, you don't give up.
You never give up.
You are the most loyal fan.
It was bad, too. It was bad.
And they're like statistically out to the year 2000 now.
Yeah, basically. It looks that way. It looks that way. It's bad.
What do you got tonight? What are you going to play us over with?
We're going to start off with a song. We're going to feature Vicky singing.
Ooh.
It's a Bonnie Raitt song, right, called Papa Come Quick.
You got it.
1, 2, 3. Papa come quick, Jody's gone to get it. What we gonna do now that Jody's gone? Let's go on my TV and a Papa is a pity. What are we gonna do now that Jody's gone? Mama's in town in the kitchen.
You know, how many people here in the audience did not know what the Biosphere 2 experiment is? A lot of you applauded. You didn't know what I was talking about. We went over to the UCLA campus. Well, near the UCLA campus with a lot of students. We figure students should know this stuff. They should be right. This is science. This is the environment. They should be right up on what the Biosphere 2 is. We just went out with our cameras over the weekend to ask them about the scientists coming out and what they thought about it. And here's what they said. Do you guys know about the Biosphere 2?
No, never heard of it. What is
You never heard of it?
No.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
You know anything about Biosphere 2?
No, I don't.
What was the name again?
Biosphere 2.
I have no idea.
What do you think it is?
More than likely a movie.
Would you go see Biosphere 3?
If one was good, maybe I'd see 3.
I think is it a project that's associated with Universal Studios or MCA Universal?
You think it's like a theme park?
A theme park of some sort, right.
Do you know about the Biosphere 2 experiment?
Yeah, not the 2 one. I've heard about the first one. That was on Cheers, and we all saw it there.
It was on what?
Cheers.
Oh, it was on Cheers. The Biosphere 1 you saw on Cheers?
Yeah, they talked about it there because Fraser's wife went into Biosphere 1 and lived there for a few years in Arizona.
is that dome in Arizona? You know about this, where the scientists were living?
Right,
Oh, yeah, where they were enclosed and they couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
What do you know about it? Anything?
No, just that I heard that they were crazy.
Grow your own food, and your own oxygen.
So it's crazy to grow your own food. How long were they in there?
2 years? A year. Long time.
Okay, they just came out.
Oh, they did?
What do you think they should know?
That Clinton is now their president. They know all that because they watch TV.
Do they have TV in there?
I think so. They shouldn't, if it's supposed. Oh, you mean because that would kind of destroy the environment?
Yeah. You think TV destroys the environment?
That's what she's implying, yes.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the Biosphere 2 experiment?
No, I don't.
That's where people are living in a glass dome in Arizona?
I did hear about that.
What do you know about it?
That there are people living in a glass dome in Arizona.
You think you could live there?
I'm claustrophobic. This is bad enough.
Oh, isn't this kind of like isn't this like a biocube?
Yeah, but I'm allowed out.
Oh. Do you grow your own food and stuff in there?
We tried with the popcorn once, but they killed it.
What would you want to know? I mean, if one of them walked up here, what would you ask them after being locked up for 2 years? Lauren Hutton right after.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
I used to play with this thing.
You were crazy, too.
But how long did you...
Back when I was 12 years old, so I played with it for about 18, 19 years.
Aluminum racket.
Now there's it's a different game now.
Yeah.
Bigger rackets and
I got a different game
players.
for you, ping pong. How come you won't play ping pong with me? You scared, chicken?
I hear you're pretty good, though. Is that the truth?
I'm pretty good. I mean, I haven't played, since August.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to make you,
I'm ready.
All right, well, then
more
we'll
than
set
happy
the table up while we're talking.
Okay.
When did you first pick up a racket, Jim?
Oh, I've been around it my whole life. I was about 3 or 4 years old, and my mother and grandmother taught me how to play, and my mom taught some lessons on the backyard court, so I was around it, since I was little. But you don't really learn anything when you're that age. You get a feel for it when you're 6, 7, 8 years old. But so I've been around it my whole life.
Yeah, very competitive, though. So, I mean, that's where it begins, I think. No matter how good you are, if you're very competitive and want to win, you're going to get better.
I enjoyed my attitude towards my tennis and the way I went about it. And I think you get that from the very beginning. You're not presented with that. I didn't get that from my mother or my grandmother, but it was something that was inside of me. And I guess from the very beginning, I was competitive in anything I've ever done. And even today, I play tennis with my kids or my wife, Patty, and I want to beat them just as bad as ever. So.
Which brings me to the big question. Who's better, me or Dustin Hoffman?
Well,
of course, you haven't played with me. So
no, the word around is that you're very good. And
Travel arrange through Continental. One airline can make a difference. One pass lets you earn free travel faster than any other airline. That's the difference on Continental.
All right, we're back. We're back. Best of 11. Me and, actually, a tennis player, Jim Connors. Okay, go ahead. I'll serve first.
you go.
All set?
Yes. Now.
Okay, ready for the big one now?
Okay, start over. Now I'm ready.
Love one.
I feel much better now.
Let.
Okay. Thank you.
This doesn't mean anything.
No.
Love two. Oh, baby! Okay, ready for this?
This is very close. Very close. Uh-oh.
Oh, 5 love yours.
Now, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
I'm just
Right.
messing around with him. Serve him up, Jim.
That's enough now.
Okay. Good get. Good get.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Nice shot. Oh! 7-zip.
Yeah, okay. Harder is not always always better in this game now.
Now, wait a minute. Hard or what? How close are we? 8-1? Serve 'em up, buddy. You don't think you're going to get away with this? I'm just moving you all over the place.
You certainly are.
There you go.
Got a feeling he's been laying back here?
Just a little. Nothing big.
Stupid Chevy! Hey!
Is he...
Oh, nice shot.
Go ahead. Last one. This one counts.
All right, this one counts. Ready?
Okay, this one counts. I must say. Here you go.
Jimmy, thanks for coming.
I've enjoyed it.
And thanks for playing ping pong with me.
I love it.
Stay here while I say, listen,
Okay.
tomorrow, George Wallace, Star Trek, The New Generations, Jonathan Frakes, and a stockbroker mentalist. Thanks, Jimmy Connors, and all my guests, please.
Hotel accommodations provided by the Bellage, West Hollywood's deluxe all-suite hotel, combining sophistication and contemporary elegance. Bellage, a refuge from everything ordinary.